There's a reporter here to see you. So me and Mark were bought a cup of tea by Yuri Gabriel, a tall bloke who'd just seen The Damned at the Hope and Anchor and was doing a piece on punk for the Times educational supplement. Chaos out of order. I scribbled a quote for him. You gotta hate the past to create something new. Why don't you try for Oxford, he said, and my fate was sealed. We all got something from punk. Danny became a DJ professional cockney. Mark a band leader with ATV, and Harry a photographer, a producer in LA with a pilot's license. The only aviation hero from punk. Punk is in the blood. I ad-lib and dash off poetry. Punk still lives. This is called Kids' Letters. Kids' letters would have been useful if we knew how to use them. Giving the glue a fresh font of enthusiasm for the new groundswell of bands. But all letters went to Mark. Letters made him fed up. Look, he wrote in the glue, don't write to me, start your own fanzine. His parents didn't like a sack of fan mail pouring through their letterbox, hiding important bills and camouflaging friends and relatives' letters. Joey Ramone sent an image of support. Don't punk out, which we eventually did. The fanzine looking too neat and tidied up, and mainstream, stuffed with paying adverts. So Mark used all the revenue to launch his band, ATB. Snipping Glue was just the chrysalis for Mark to rise from audience to stage. With me, I like Genesis P. Orig's correspondence to the glue. A doll in a shoebox covered in razors. That was a work of art, and took up from the shoebox to Pandora's box for myself of art and poetry. Right, this is called, because after we were in Kensington Park Road with very kindly with Jeff Travis at Rough Trade, the lovely shop we are now in, but not this one, but one down the road. We moved to Dryden Chambers, which was, well, you'll get it from this, but it was where punk was becoming very commodified. The head of the CIA rings BTM Records. The head of the CIA rings BTM Records from America, trying to get Miles Copeland. I answer the phone as a clanger. Let me speak to Miles, please. What? Is this a bad line? Can you speak up? What? Look, who the damn motherfucker is this? Get Miles on the phone this instant. I put down the phone. Okay, says Miles. Who answered the phone just now? I put up my hand. I did what I say. Miles automatically gets his secretary to sellotape a sign on all the phones saying, no unauthorized personnel to use this phone. It was my first and only hotline to the CIA, as a clanger. My days with Snipping Glue are numbered. And I'm famous for being dumped from the glue because my girlfriend was around all the time. So this is Alice's Yoko moment. My first girlfriend, Alice, was helped into becoming a punk by her mum, ripping up all her clothes and destroying all her shoes when she went out with me. And it was revenge. Harry would drive us in a big white van to get the mag printed in Cambridge, where we'd go and watch A Star Is Born with the flicks. while they were being printed and crash out on the printer's floor for the night. Some blokes back then called women dogs. They had to prove themselves as punks. Sue Catwoman could hang around the glue offices because she was the biz, the coolest icon, queen of punk. Other girls had to play in a band quick or assert themselves to gain respect. But they looked so ugly it was beautiful fashion, Rotten describes. Can Alice come to our meeting? She got some ideas, was the last straw for Mark P. A Yoko Ono moment to split up the new Beatles. I got the sack. Snipping glue was just for the boys. This is my last one, because then we must all skedaddle. Right. Binning my glues. I threw away all my snipping glues. Threw them all away in May '77. It lasted 10 months. Mark didn't like my girlfriend and Danny wanted to step in my shoes. Now Dan says he can't remember me being there much or being disappeared. And I was cynical and trying to intellectualise punk, and not really a punk anyway. Well, he can talk. Mark preferred Danny, who was still pretending to be David Essex's younger brother, slightly ruffled up, larking, talking DJ gibberish. I felt betrayed and threw all my glues in the bins, along with 12 books of thoughts and feelings I'd written, and a meteorite the size of my hand, but my Aunt Dulcie gave me in '66. It struck the roof of a Tanner's Hill ice cream shop. I always imagined the heat and the ice cream rivers melting, dripping down the hill. It was a watershed in my life. I lost my 2 best friends and had to move on. I was going to Oxford to pastures new. I wanted to become a writer, study English, so threw all my previous writings in the bin with an indestructible meteorite. Crush that bin, man, and you'll buckle, you crusher.